Today I'm going to talk about Asensus Surgical. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more content. Asensus Surgical is a robotics related company that's competing against ISRG, Intuitive Surgical. It's a $780 to $850 stock. Asensus Surgical at the moment is $2. It recently had a low of 155, 150 range. That is a huge support hitting off the 200-day MA. I'm going to look into that later. However, I'm going to look at an article recently posted on Health Tech. Basically, what they're saying is with the adoption of 5G networks combined with a remote surgical access, is going to be a platform which will get pedestaled or jet fueled rocketed in the upcoming future. The key notes that they look at is surgical robots are evolving to support new use cases. Imagine a person who's in a life or death situation. The surgery needs to be done immediately, ASAP. The only place that person has access to is a local or a hospital in New York City. However, the surgeon cannot do it. The person who's a specialty in that surgery, he's not available. So what you could do using Asensus Surgical, imagine that doctor who is capable is at Germany right now. So with remote access, because of advancement in 5G networks, because of advancement in machine learning, because of advancements of communication, telecommunication, telemedicine, from Germany, that surgeon is able to do that specific special surgery to the patient in New York City. That's the future of robotic surgery, and that's what the article is hinting at. Robotic surgery includes assistive and fully autonomous support, so even the robots will be able to do it by themselves. Eventually, it'll get to that point. 5G network is going to enhance the internet connection, and therefore the surgeon from all the way across at Atlantic Ocean across, he can do the surgery in real time with a fast speed of motion. So as soon as he moves a joystick or he tells the computer to do something, the computer can automatically resonate with very little lag, very little internet delays. Autonomous robots empower healthcare transformation. So healthcare is advancing. It is advancing at a huge, tremendous clip. And so right now I'm going to look at the charts, and I hope you're able to follow. Make sure you hit the red subscribe button if you like my content.
So we're going to begin looking at the death cross that started at 2016 for Asensus Surgical. When it hit the death cross, you see the gray line, which is the 50-day MA, and the orange line in the charts, which is the 200-day MA. The death cross indicates a time period of huge downfalls for Asensus Surgical. Now, this happens every 2 to 3 years. That's a trend we're going to look at. So on 2016, it entered the death cross. It lasted a whole amount of 2-year run until near the end of 2017. On September 2017, Asensus Surgical enters a golden cross, which is the opposite of the death cross. The 50-day MA and the 200-day MA recross one another in a bullish momentum uptrend. Now, this golden cross bullish run lasts also for 2 years. Just like the way it has a death cross that lasts for 2 to 3 years, so too do the bull runs. That's a historical event for Asensus Surgical. So take a moment and look at the green arrows. You'll notice that every time it touches the 200-day MA, once it enters a golden cross, it becomes a huge line of support, a wall where a lot of investors come in and start buying as soon as it hits it. Because we already entered the golden cross, it's a huge bullish run. Usually, a stock enters a golden cross based on huge bullish news, something great happens like an FDA clearance, and it usually lasts for a long time. Now, from 2017, it entered the golden cross, and you see these green arrows. Every time it touched the 200-day MA, boom, bounce off another bullish run. Third time, it bounces off the green arrow, the 200-day MA, and huge runs. In fact, it goes from a span of $13 all the way to $80, $90. That's a huge run. That's a huge run over 2 to 3 periods. Now, again, on this red arrow, you're going to see a death cross entrance on December of 2018, and boom, yet again, just like the way it has huge bullish runs, it has had a huge downtrend. This death cross was in fact truly deadly. Asensus Surgical would go from peak high of $47 to all the way down to the cents. Now, right now, the interesting part is that due to the hype coming in to the biotech sector, due to the huge blow up of all the stocks recently due to the huge bullish wave, Asensus Surgical not only has FDA clearance, it also has re-entered a golden cross, the opposite of the death cross. So the death cross previously lasted 3 years. Now it just entered just over 5 months ago, last year, December of 2020. the golden cross. Now we are looking at the trends at the current state. How is the current golden cross being handled? You'll notice that, hey, just like the way it happened in the past, right now Asensus Surgical is doing the same exact thing as the past. It has gone in essentially an incredible amount once it entered the golden cross. However, as it goes through the golden cross, it's going back down, retracting and gaining support on the 200-day MA. Alright, now the interesting part is that, again, when it hits the 200-day MA, it bounces off. And usually the third bounce off the 200-day MA, it resonates very well. Historically, we had the biggest runs for this specific stock after it bounces the third time off the 200-day MA. And this is what happened just now, guys. This chart, I'm looking at it carefully, I'm explaining to you. Look at the extreme lows. You'll notice that it entered the golden cross here first time on the yellow. The second time it hit the 200-day MA, another buying point. It went from $1.50 all the way to $2.30. Huge runs, but it retracted. This was like a head fake and it went down. It slowly and trickled went down, meaning a lot of people were still buying. But it eventually touched below the 200-day MA and then bounced back incredibly well. It hit about $1.65 and boom, right off to the charts we go. This means that we're still in the golden cross. We did not retouch the 50-day MA, which is in the gray. It's bouncing off this orange line, orange trend line, which is a 200-day MA. It's a good support. You guys can look at it. These are buying points. Now, these are extreme low and buying points of Asensus Surgical. You'll also notice that in this chart, if you look at this pink arrow that's pointing directly to it, this is a inverse head and shoulder. We have two inverse head and shoulders, all right? We also have a falling wedge. These are two different signals of a bullish reversal coming for Asensus Surgical. A falling wedge, usually 3 to 4 months of downturn, okay? And near the end, we need huge volume to rise above to break the dynamic resistance to go bullish. Now, these are different factors we're looking at. All right, inverse head and shoulders, you might want to look in what a head and shoulder is. An inverse head and shoulder is a bullish momentum uptrend. It's a bullish trend. You see this green box what I have? That's the dynamic resistance point. This is where it has to break through now the upcoming days. Asensus Surgical has to reach around 2.5, 2.35 to 2.65 region. It has to break this 50-day MA. It has to go above it with huge volume. Once we have the huge volume confirmation, get ready to see incredible highs for Asensus Surgical. All right, this $7 mark that we previously see, I really don't see that as being the end. I truly see Asensus Surgical at least hitting $10, 10 if not $13. Okay, that's in the upcoming 1 to 2 years. $10 or $13. These are huge points. It may also reach $17 or $18. That's if the momentum is able to continue. Remember, guys, we're going to enter the golden cross. We have entered the golden cross and we wish to ride this momentum up. All you have to do is have patience like that of a surgeon. Again, if it hits the 200-day MA, these are buying points to add to your position and you want to ride it up. We really need to go long on this and be very patient. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoy this content. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more epic videos.